Today, I am going to be setting up for the month of January in my social media bullet journal. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And yes, I am going to be setting up a January spread in my social media bullet journal. It may seem early, but it's not, because for social media, I need to start planning out my January content about the middle of December, which means I need to set things up quite a bit early when it comes to this particular bullet journal. Although I say that, and this is the first time I'm actually setting up a bullet journal, so it's what I think needs to happen. That's how I operate it in my planner. So I figured it's the same way. So I am using this Archer and Olive A5 bullet journal. I did do some setups here. Still haven't done goals. I'm going to wait until the official new year to set those. I also have my stats tracker, my year in review. I did all of this setup on camera. I will link that video down in the description box just in case you're interested. And then I have a few blank pages that I kind of want to leave open just in case. And then we're going to get rolling for January. Now, this planner is going to be set up very, very different. This is going to be set up more for brain dumping and monthly planning. So I'm not going to have weekly spreads, but I'm still going to have sections divided in each of the pages. I need 14 pages, so like 7 double pages. I want a cover page because, I want one. And I think I'm going to make the cover page a little bit functional. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have January, some stickers and stuff like that. I'm going to have a section for maybe some highlights of the month, but I also want to write priorities for the upcoming month. So things that I want to focus on or something like that. I'm going to limit it to 3. But I feel like this will be a good opening page. And then I need to do a calendar. Yes, one of my favorite things to draw. I hate drawing calendars. I thought about doing 2 calendars. I'm not sure. 2 calendars probably would be good. I just don't know. I might be able to do a 2-page calendar to prep for my post and stuff like that, and then do a 1-page calendar for my affiliate information, because I usually don't have to get into the nitty gritty. So I can do a calendar and then keep it here for list formats and things like that. So maybe I can look at the calendar, see what needs to happen, and then kind of jot down a brain dump here. This is going to be more brainstorming. I do need a list of videos to film and stuff like that. And then because I'm not doing actual weekly spreads, meaning this wouldn't not be week 1 with 7 boxes or 8 boxes for the week. I do want to have some type of division, so that way I can write anything that I need to do in the first week of January, the second week of January, the third week of January, the fourth week of January, and so forth, because I feel like that will be a quick reference for when I need to transfer that information to my catch-all planner or my project planner. I'm not sure exactly at this point which one is going to house it. I might put it in both to start until I figure out which one works the best. Then I do want to keep a place in here so I can link any of the purchases I make and things of that nature, mainly related to affiliate purchases and things like that. So that is the game plan. I am going to decorate. This is my first venture into a, colorful page notebook. I've used black paper, but this is my first venture into this. And you can see I use, matte white stickers, and then I use some gold stickers. I use a little bit of lined. Haven't quite used regular, colorful clear. And I kind of want to try this. I just don't know if the color paper is going to make this too dark where it's not going to pop, because I obviously want it to pop. The good thing is there are 2 identical pages, so I'm not going to be wasting anything. So yeah, and then I also have washi. So I have purple washi. I have this burgundy-ish washi. And then I have this as well. This is from Archer and Olive. This is from Simply Gilded. Live Love Posh, Archer and Olive. I have affiliate links for Archer and Olive and Live Love Posh down in the description box, so definitely check that out. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Not really the setup part. Well, that could be interesting to some people, but probably figuring out how I'm going to use this. I have gold that I pulled from one of my sticker books. I have all of my date stickers from Happy Planner and Hobby Lobby sticker books, like the smaller sticker books in here. I was wondering if I had any silver. So they have a lot of gold. Okay. There we go. That was a waste of time, but that's okay. All right. I don't think it matters for the stickers. It might matter for this because there is no gold in that, but I don't know if I'm going to use washi yet. All right. So like I said, we are going to test this. I'm a little nervous. Yes, I am. I don't want to ruin the stickers. Even though there's duplicates, I can use these in another spread. Okay. All right, let's get moving. What do you say? So the moment of truth right now, it works. There definitely is not that pop of color that you would get obviously on white paper, but you can still see the colors enough. This is a very, I guess there's like only like 2 or 3 colors in these stickers anyway. It's more of like maybe like a pinkish, and then you have your purple, and that's pretty much the color palette. So these aren't like a variety of colors, which is one of the reasons why I chose this particular sticker set for this spread. I still like the way it looks. I think it looks fine. So yeah, we're just going to roll with it. Now, I am going to be drawing a lot of boxes in these spreads. Basically, I decided to draw all the boxes instead of using functional boxes because, you know, if you put a functional box on there, it's just going to really stand out because it's matte white. Plus, it'll just bulk up the planner. I have an abundance of functional stickers. But, you know, when I just recently bought a whole bunch of metallic markers, I figured let's just draw our own boxes, see how these markers work on this paper, and go from there. These markers, by the way, are from Ohuhu. When I did a pen test about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I didn't like all of the colors. A lot of them weren't like true colors that really matched what the caps looked like. But they are good enough. Obviously, the colors still look totally different on white paper than they do here, but I like the metallic, you know, finish that it gives. You can't really see that it's purple because it is a purple metallic marker, by the way, but I still like the look that it gives. So yeah, here I am just adding boxes and stickers. Like I said, this is more of a cover page where I'm going to have priorities on one side, and then on the other side, I'm just going to kind of house something that's going to be more of like a monthly wrap up. I just didn't want to do a full on decorative cover page. I figured let's go ahead and make all of the pages functional, because if I actually had 14 pages, or I guess 7 double page spreads for each and every month, I think it's going to come close whether or not I'm going to have enough pages. Definitely if I need to have more than the 7 double page spreads, then I will definitely run out of pages. So I'm trying to make all of the pages more functional with obviously a hint of the decorative element. So now is where I'm going to draw my calendar, which, as I mentioned earlier, is one of my least favorite things to draw. It's just so technical because you have to make sure you're like putting all of the, you know, boxes equal spaces apart, and I always mess up. You will see on the next calendar I draw, I mess up so bad, but that's okay. So what I decided for this one, just in case you have an A5, I did 6 by 6, 6 dots by 6 dots. Easy enough, right? Did I do 6? Yeah, I think it was, 6 by 6. And it was easy enough. I ended up using this silver metallic pen. So it's not a marker, it's just a regular pen. You know, you can see it. You can't see it that great, but you can see it enough. And I did find some purple clear stickers for the days of the week, and they actually showed up pretty well on here. So definitely darker colors work really well on this paper when they are clear. So I may have to go for a more darker aesthetic for the rest of the journal. Now, I do want to apologize for the position of the journal when I was filming this. This is like my first really like full on bullet journal type spread where I'm doing a lot of drawing of boxes and things like that. So I was just tilting the journal at an angle to the left, to the right, and I just never really kept the journal in frame the whole time. So there are going to be some weird jumps in the footage because I just edit out the parts where I'm doing something, but you can't see it. So here is the really badly done calendar here. This one I wanted to keep it to one page. So it is 3 squares over and 5 down, because I obviously I can have more room lengthwise of the box, and I'm like, they don't need to be perfectly square. As I was trying to map it out, I was using the pen to map out where I wanted the lines to go in this calendar when I should have used a pencil. And yeah, so there are just like random silver lines all in that first row, but that's okay. That's okay. It'll work. It'll be fine. I'll, make it a point to write a lot of stuff in those rows so you cannot even see it. So, basically, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use this little calendar for my affiliate information. So if there's any new releases, any sales, any tasks that I have to do for any of the affiliate teams that I'm on and things like that, just so that way I can kind of get an overall view of what's going on in the calendar format. But I'm going to heavily rely on the list that I'm going to create on the next page or the adjacent page, the right-hand side page, to actually tell me what I need to do, because obviously it's a tiny calendar. I don't have enough room, but I would rather do it in list format, but I still like to see, is it a Monday? Is it a Tuesday? Or what have you. So that is the reason why I did want to do a second calendar. So you will see momentarily, as I drew these boxes, I'm like, why didn't I just use this metallic marker to do my calendar? It's what I should have done. I mean, in a way, I'm just trying to test out all the things to see what works or not. So I do end up going back over all of the calendars, both this one and the 2-page calendar, with this metallic marker, and it works fine. And it definitely looks a lot better, and it brings a little bit more cohesion to everything, especially with me using some gold headers and things like that. Now there's no silver on the page anymore, except for a little, I think there might be a little, no, I don't think there is any silver in the washi. But yeah, so those are now done. This is going to be pretty much a blank slate for these 2 pages. This is pretty much a brain dump page. A lot of these upcoming pages are going to be brain dump pages. I still wanted to create some sense of structure because, there are 2 to 3 different types of brain dumps that I'll do for social media. One would be for, YouTube long form videos. Another will be for photographs that I need to take. And then the third will be for short form content, which I don't really do much of, but I hope to do a little bit more of in the new year. Obviously, the bigger the box is probably going to be for my YouTube long form videos. It just a lot more brainstorming needs to go there. And then I'll use the smaller boxes for pretty much everything else. So yeah, I like to add the boxes to add structure. So that way I am, give an actual defined space for what I need to use things for. However, with that said, this is the first time I've created something like this. So I'm just anticipating that this is what I need spaces for based on what I did for November and December's calendar pages in my Amanda Rach Lee pre-made bullet journal. I didn't have as much pages. I was using the actual weekly calendar sections to do a lot of this brainstorming. It's kind of where I got the ideas for this layout from, what I found was missing from that particular journal. So, I'm kind of figuring things out, and, I'm putting boxes and sizing boxes for what I think I'm going to need, but that could definitely change once I actually start working on these pages. So again, just kind of adding a lot of function. Because these boxes need to be fairly large, again, anticipating that they're going to need to be fairly large, I wasn't able to add washi to all of the pages, which is fine. And with that said, adding the structure with the boxes actually makes it a little bit more decorative too. So, you know, I don't really need to add as much instead of just having a blank page with nothing on it. I do like the fact that there are boxes. And yes, I did go back and add some stickers. I don't think they're going to impede on any of the space that I need. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to kind of finish up a few things. Basically, the goal right now was to use the rest of the stickers from the sticker set. I only had a few left, so I was trying to use all of the things and then, you know, pretty much call this one done. All right, guys, here we go. I really liked how it turned out. So, you know, this is my first time using clear stickers on this purple paper. This purple paper feels like it has a little bit like a fuzzy texture. Where is one of my other Archer and Olive journals? Now I'm kind of like, where? Yeah, this paper has a different texture. I could definitely tell that when I was moving around the stickers and just kind of everywhere else, I could just feel the texture. But I really liked how this turned out. I actually decorated a lot more than I thought I would. But as I was like setting it up, I'm like, I don't know if I need all of this space. As the months go on, I might not set up as many spreads. I might find that I don't need as many pages, but we'll see. So like I said, this is going to be for like my kind of monthly priorities. And then this will be like my monthly recap. Not exactly sure what that's going to mean yet. It could just be highlights. It could be memories. It could be stats. I don't know. This is going to be my main calendar. This is my supplemental calendar. This is going to pair with this. I felt like I might do better just listing things out, but then this can kind of give me that picture in a calendar format because sometimes I just can't tell. I need to know what day of the week it is that's referring here. So that's why that helps a little bit. Maybe in the future, I can just stamp a calendar here so that way I can refer to it without having to flip the page instead of drawing a calendar. We'll see. Again, we are learning. We're learning. This is going to change up very frequently. So this is going to be a brainstorming page. But again, I kind of wanted to divide sections so I could brainstorm by like what platform I'm trying to brainstorm content for. And this is going to be more, or this, I don't know. I guess it's either or. And then this is going to be kind of like my to-do list. So as I come up with videos, I can check them off as I go. Then this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. And then this is going to be my spending wrap up as it relates to affiliate purchases and things of that nature. Because sometimes being an affiliate can be pretty expensive. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this setup. Maybe it gave you some ideas because this is definitely a different way to set up a planner. There are no actual weeks. I mean, unless you want to count like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. This is more of a like brainstorming, figuring out how to plan for the upcoming month type planner. And hey, I was able to decorate some purple pages. So yay for me. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.